Hi everyone, how you doing? I hope you're well. I thought I would do a video giving you a quick update on how I'm doing with the women's home and how everything is going. And if you are new to my channel and you have no idea what I'm talking about, basically I have a 8-bedroom house with a forge attached to it, which is an outbuilding that's attached to the back of the house, which I'm turning into a women's home. And this is going to be the first of the women's homes that I'm going to be building around the world, and they're called B3 Women's Home, a place for the bold, brave and beautiful. And this first one is one that I have been wanting to do for forever, basically, for such a long time. And I finally, over the past year or so, been making some progress towards that. So yeah, I just wanted to give you a quick update on how things are going. Basically, I am at the stage at the moment where I've hired an architect. The plans have been drawn up and the plans have been submitted to the council. They visited the property a few weeks ago, and fingers crossed, prayers sent up, I think we will be good to go, but I'm not sure. You never know, do you? You just never know. You never know. All you can do is just do your best, which is what we've done. We've drawn up the plans. And it's basically the forge that needed the planning permission. The rest of the house didn't really need it because it was already kind of set out as a HMO. So that didn't need planning permission. It's just that forge at the back, which we are trying to turn into like a community space. So with it, or just to give us the option of being able to use it for that if need be. So it may well not be used for that, and it will all just be a part of the property and the house itself. But if it is something that we open up to use for the community, then obviously we have to think about that very carefully, because the fact that the rest of the house is going to be used to support women. And this particular house does not support women in danger, as you know, they're not going to be women that it's not a secret place. You've already seen the video of the property. I've already showed you inside it. If you missed that video, I'll leave a link above and below so you can go and check that out. But yeah, this is not going to be a space that's going to be like a secret private place. So it'd be more like a transitional space. I think it'll be more that. So women that are on their way to, you know, recovery, a better life, and they just need like a transitional space. So I think this particular house will be more that. So so yeah, so let's see what is gonna happen with the planning. Also, I think the last time I maybe mentioned my ex, who is also on the mortgage for this property, and he gave me a 2-month window to get his name off of the mortgage, which has been a bit of a struggle. So I reached out to him and he gave me an extra 2 months, which I actually finished last month. So I'm still working on it. And I'm praying to God that, you know, he gives me the time I need to be able to, you know, get him off the mortgage. So yeah, send me up some prayers for that. I would really appreciate it. And I've always said, and I even said it to him, that this house will be exactly what God has said it will be, and there's no one on this earth that will stop it being what he said it's going to be. So, you know, people can try and stop you from doing what it is that God has called you to do, but it's just not going to happen. And you just have to, one of the things I'm learning is I just have to continue to fight, and I just have to continue to move forward. And I would encourage you to do the same, because that was one of the other things I wanted to say in this video as well, in that you're going to come across challenges, you're going to come across things that are going to be difficult whilst you're pursuing your passion and your purpose. But you just have to have the strength to keep moving forward. And one of the reasons why I'm able to kind of keep this vision alive is because I know that I'm exactly where God has called me to be, and I'm doing exactly what I was born to do. And when I think about it, even 15 years ago when I became an estate agent, instead of selling the houses, I would buy the houses. And the only reason why I started doing that is because I ended up meeting women that needed somewhere to live. And so I thought, well, we've got these properties that are good, so why don't I buy them and give you somewhere to live? That's what you do, right? But little did I realize that God was already setting me up to create places and spaces for women to thrive, even 15 years ago when I had no idea. So he had already planted the seed in my heart to be doing this and to want to do this. So my question to you would also be, what is it that you're here to do? Because when you understand what your passion and your purpose and your gift and your calling and your talent, when you know where that lies and what that is, then no one can stop you. No devil in hell, no person on this earth can stop you from doing what it is that God has called you to do. So if I was to give you any advice in this video, it would be figure out what it is that you're called to do. And sometimes I get frustrated because I'm like, oh, damn it, why was it left until I'm 50 to get to this point? This is so annoying. Why didn't I know this when I was in my 20s? And like I say, I was doing it, but I just wasn't aware of it at the time. But for me, I believe that God had allowed it to be at this time because he wants me to be an example and an inspiration and a motivation to women in their 40s, 50s, 60s, that it's not the end, it's not too late, never give up. You were called for such a time as this, and sometimes it's not just always about the millennials and the young people and, like the Forbes 30 under 30. I always say, where's the 50 over 50? We need that list to inspire and encourage us women that are stepping into our calling later on in life, as opposed to somebody that's doing it younger. So there's a time and a season for everything, and everything happens the way it's supposed to. So if you're killing it in your field, in your teens even, or in your 20s or even in your 30s, then bravo, well done you, go girl, I'm rooting for you. But if you're like me, where you reach 50 and you're like, then the light bulb finally goes off. This is where I'm supposed to be. This is exactly where I'm supposed to be. And everything that we've done beforehand has positioned us for such a time as this. So all the experiences, all the everything that has happened to us before was supposed to happen to lead us to where we are today. Does that make sense? So yeah, didn't mean to ramble on. I wasn't planning on rambling on like that and giving you a little motivational speech, but I do think it is important to know what it is you're called to do, and the sooner you figure that out, the sooner you can get on your path and get going and stop wasting time in other areas of your life, basically. So I think that's why I'm so strong with this particular property, because I know this is what I'm supposed to do, and I know that the phase that I'm going into now, where I need to start finding the money and raising the money, I'm not worried about that, because this is God's project and this is what he's called me to do. So he has to make it happen. The money has to come to me somehow. Now, there is work that you have to do. Unfortunately, he's not just going to send you a check. You have to do something in order to, get that. But I'm not worried. We live in a world of 7 billion people. There's multi-millionaires, billionaires all over the place. So if you need funding, if you need money, if you need investment, don't panic, don't worry. It is there. You just have to tune into where to get it, how to get it, who's got it, and things like that. And that's what I'm working on at the moment. So I can share that with you as I'm working through that. But with regards to the property, at the moment the planning permission is in. The builders were due to start already, but obviously we put them on hold because of waiting for the planning permission. So I think now they're gonna put me on hold, which is fine because I still have to raise the money. So that's not a problem. So they're going to push me back a little bit now, which is okay. But yeah, next steps are the architect is working on the building regulations so that the builders can have that, know exactly what they're doing. The interior design work needs to start. So if you know anybody that's an interior designer that can help me, holler at your girl, holler at your girl. And what else? Oh yeah, the crowdfunding campaign, I'm still putting that together. The graphics are done for the campaign. The text is done for the campaign. The video is a sticking point at the moment because I need a videographer. And I'm not gonna lie, I'm out of money now. I've put so much money into this project that I'm running out of my own personal money. So if you know a videographer that might be able to help me, let me know. But yeah, but it's moving forward. It's moving forward, slowly but surely. It's moving forward, and I can't wait to show you the designs of what the house is gonna look like when it's done. So that's coming up. That is coming up. So anyway, I'm not gonna ramble on any further. I just wanted to share this video with you today to give you an update and also just to encourage you and inspire you to move forward in what it is that you are called to do, but know what it is that you're called to do to start with. That's the key. So I know I've had a couple of people ask me about my course that I ran before called The Next Step, which helps you to figure that out. And if that's something that you are struggling with, trying to understand really where you're supposed to be, what you're supposed to be doing, I'll leave a link down below to give you a little bit more insight into the program, because I will be opening the doors of that program soon, and I'd love to have you in the program. Anyway, I'm gonna love you and leave you. I've got work to do, I've got a women's home to build, and I shall see you in the next video. Thanks so much for watching. Bye.